right there after the Republican National Convention. Congressman, today Judge Eileen Cannon dismissed the classified documents case against Trump, arguing that Special Counsel Jack Smith's appointment was unconstitutional. You were on the House Foreign Affairs Committee, correct? Okay. So does that ruling sort of tacitly mean now that it's okay to show off secrets about our allies' nuclear capabilities to impress your friends?
Evidently, if your name's Donald Trump, it seems like he can do whatever he wants. I mean, look, when we would take classified documents, we'd go into the SCIF, which is where you can look at class. I was paranoid that I'd accidentally bring something out. It was all very controlled, right? I couldn't even take notes on stuff. And to think that this guy just basically took boxes of classified stuff home, bragged about it, kept it in a toilet.
And hid them.
And hid them, and then pretend like he never had it. And now the judge is like, oh, this 30 years of precedence about special prosecutors, somehow this Rand Paul version of what this special, this independent counsel thing is, I'm going to buy into, and it's dismissed. So hopefully they take this to the 11th Circuit and appeal.
We also got a ruling recently from the Supreme Court, a couple of great rulings. One of them was that the president has absolute immunity for the actions he takes while in office, in his core duties there. Were you surprised that was the ruling?
Yes. That actually surprised me. I would hear people say, like, oh, there's a chance that they're going to find that, this brought me. I'm like, there's no way. This is, like even John Roberts, you don't like everything he does, but generally he's kind of a fair shot. This was a surprising ruling, because what the worst part about this is it said anything unofficial doesn't count as immunity, but official to the outer limits of what official is. What does that even mean? The point is nobody knows what that means. And so with the prosecution that's going on with Trump now, every one of those charges that Judge Chutkan decides can stay in, they're going to have to appeal that all the way to the Supreme Court. And by the way, because now the Supreme Court didn't delineate what's unofficial and what's official. And lastly, if you're a president of the United States and you make a determination that you don't want to leave office, you may as well do everything you can to stay, because if you fail, guess what? You're immune. And if you succeed, you get to stay in office. So the only thing we have now to determine whether or not the guardrails of democracy holds is who we vote for. And are we going to vote for decent people or not?
If Donald Trump, and this I think about this a lot, if Donald Trump is reelected, there is a real danger that all of these cases will disappear forever. And we, the American people, will never have a chance to learn the truth about what Donald Trump did or did not do in Atlanta, on January 6th, in these document cases. And that makes the work of the January 6th committee for that case all the more important. With that in mind, what do you want the American people to remember about Donald Trump?
Well, first off, January 6th in and of itself was a bad day. Democracies, we're not defined by bad days. We're defined by how we come back from those bad days. And are we going to take accountability? There was 3 months prior to January 6th where Donald Trump was actively and aggressively, through different methods, trying to overturn this election. January 6th was just the last desperate move. And by the way, that entire time, he was scamming people out of $300 million to stop the steal, of which none of that money that was donated to stop the steal went to stop any kind of steal in the first place. It is elder abuse when they tell, senior citizens that Nancy Pelosi is going to ruin your family unless you give us $20 of your Social Security check. This is what we as Americans have to stand against the abuse of power that Donald Trump did and the abuse of the financial system that he's trying to do as well.
Well, Congressman, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Congressman Adam Kinzinger, everybody. We'll be right back with a performance by Bikini Kill. Stick around.